Hello, all you special little snowflakes out there in cyberspace. The channel's called DaddyMonsterRants. I'm the Daddy Monster. Today's topic: how does somebody become a conspiracy theorist? Well, I'm always happy to sit and talk with people, learn their points of view, and maybe discuss our differences, as long as your point of view is based on rational thought and facts rather than your feelings. Because although feelings change, facts don't. Here's a fact for you. The term conspiracy theory, conspiracy theorist, these were coined by the CIA in the early 60s. And it was used as a smear tactic against anyone who questioned the Warren Commission's magic bullet bullshit story about the JFK assassination. If you don't believe me, and you don't know me, so there's no reason you should believe me. In fact, you shouldn't believe anything I say. You should pause this video, go to Google or your favorite search engine, and type in the words JFK, CIA, conspiracy theory. And then wade through that stuff and come back. Here's how you become a conspiracy theorist. Somebody will say something completely off the wall that goes against your belief system, your education, whatever. And you'll say to yourself, this guy's full of shit, and I'm going to prove he's full of shit. And you go and research it. And then you find out, hey, this guy isn't full of shit. Turns out he's right. Here's a good case in point. About 20 years ago, I was listening to coast radio. For those of you who've never worked the night shift before the advent of smartphones and MP3 players, coast radio is about 3 or 4 hours long on AM radio, syndicated show. Used to be listened to by long-haul truckers. Anyway, this was back in the mid-90s, I think. Back when I actually thought there might be a dime's worth of difference between Democrats and Republicans. And I heard this guy on there saying how in 1933, 34, something like that, George Herbert Walker Bush's father was involved in financing the Nazis and in a plot to overthrow the government of the United States. I said to myself, okay, this guy's just some Democratic douchebag who wants to throw crap on Republicans. No, I didn't like Bush much. Well, I didn't like either Bush much, but I didn't like Democrats even more. So I did some research. Turns out it's true. In the early 1930s, Wall Street was really unhappy with Franklin Roosevelt. You see, his New Deal was cutting into their profits. Stuff like 40-hour work weeks, overtime pay, pensions, workmen's compensation for people who get hurt on the job. This was cutting into the robber barons' profits really bad. So what they did was, they went to this guy, Smedley Butler, Major General Smedley Butler of the United States Marine Corps. The guy had 2 Medals of Honor. They went to him and they said, hey, we need you to be in charge of a 500,000-man army that we're putting together, and we're going to storm Washington, D.C. and seize the government. And Butler went along with this kind of crap just long enough to find out who was involved. And then he took it to Congress. The McCormick-Dickstein Committee, to be exact. And you can look that up on Google, too. Basically, these clowns wanted to overthrow the government and institute a good old fascist system, kind of like what we got now, in. More money for them, less rewards for the people who actually do the work. Now, I can understand why people don't like conspiracy theories. Because if they turn out to be true, then you're faced with a choice. Most of us think of ourselves as basically good people. And if there's something wrong, We like to think that have enough moral and ethical courage, even physical courage, to step up and do something about it. So it's so much easier to dismiss things as conspiracy theories rather than look at the facts and then decide whether or not you're going to step up to the plate and do something about it. Another reason people don't like to be called conspiracy theorists is because it's not cool. It's not cool to know things. It's cool to know about, sports and TV shows and music and whatever trendy bullshit you're into. But it's not cool to actually know facts, especially facts that contradict the bullshit that's spewing at you from the screens all the time. You know what's really cool? Not being a chump is cool. Not being a useful idiot is cool. Not being a dupe for the evil, slimy, human-shaped piles of crap that are actually running things on this rock. That's what's cool. As always, if you like the video, comment, hit the little thumbs up button, subscribe. I'll get some advertisers and make a couple bucks at this. If you don't like the video, well, you can leave me a comment, or you can reach me at DaddyMonsterRants@gmail.com. I'm going to put some URLs in the description, and you can look up the McCormick-Dickstein Committee for yourself. And since I know very few of you enjoy reading, I'll even put a link to some YouTube videos about this plot to overthrow the United States government. Hey, human, evolve or die. And hurry the fuck up either way, will ya? We're running out of time here.